There are some racing games that don't lend themselves very well to using a steering wheel, and the Flatout series would be one of them. And the reason...
Retro Rob plays everything.
Hey there gamers, Retro Rob here, and today we're going to look at yet another gaming device sent to me by PXN. It's not a joystick, so I don't really have anything too funny to say about it. Sorry. I feel really bad. Creative juices are just not where they should be. Maybe more coffee would help. No. Alright, let's get started. Here we have the PXN gaming racing wheel. This is probably a little higher end item than what I generally will show, but they liked the joystick video and said, hey, why don't you do this video on this racing wheel? So I'm definitely going to. And even though it's so giant, we're gonna do this like we always do it. We're gonna start with the front of the box. PXN V900 gaming racing wheel for the PS3, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC. I can guarantee you we'll be trying it on the Switch and the PC. The right side of the box. For the record, over here it says double vibration, which is way better than that single vibration. D-pad, some function buttons, 900 degrees of rotation output. I think you can set that, the rotation, as I recall. ABXY buttons, and rubber grip. So apparently it's not all just fake plastic, there's some real rubber on this. And here's the left side of the box with its product features. It says what it's compatible with, which we've already gone over. Intelligent dual core for 2 modes of X input and D input in PC. It makes it fit for different games. That is a thing. There's multiple types of input. Some games will take one, some will take another, and that's really okay. That's good that it does both modes. Buttons are programmable according to your habits. Not exactly sure what that means, but I'm guessing you can reprogram them if the program won't. Switch between 270 degree and 900 degree rotational output. I already mentioned that earlier. Support audio communication function of the PS4 or Xbox One. That is like right there. I probably just blurred the heck out of the screen doing that, but anyway, it does. Built-in double vibration motors, bringing you the realistic gaming experience. I guess if they hit you on the right, you'll get it on the right, left on the left, I'm guessing. Or it just makes it stronger, not sure, we'll test that out. Racing wheel with ergonomic structure design. Yeah. The top of the box has a handle on it. It's also okay for everyday use. The bottom of the box is a blizzard. Alright gamers, let's bust this thing open and see what's inside. First we have a manual. I hope it's not too dark. I'm trying to make the color look a little bit better for this. Anyway, it's in English and Chinese, I believe. And it's in black and white this time. So there's number one. What else is in here? We have the steering wheel, which we will do a close-up of in a little bit in its bag. We have the clamping system right here. We have another clamp. We'll look at this closer. We also have some of those famous suction cups that seem to hold to just about anything. And finally, we have the foot pedals. Let's take these out of the bag here. And we'll look at the parts closer now. More closely. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One of these days I'm gonna have to get a bigger table. Anyway, here we go, looking at the front of the PXN steering wheel, and what I see right away is the top and bottom are plastic, This is rubberized. I want to point out that the rubber doesn't smell, which, you know, strangely is a thing now, like super smelly rubber. Not made out of super smelly rubber. It smells just fine. I mean, I wouldn't go sniffing it all day or anything, but, you know, it isn't like nasty. We got the flippers, which if you're not using the pedals, you can use this as the accelerator and this is the brake generally. Can also be used for shifting, blah, blah, blah. You can reprogram them. That's the point. Got a D-pad here, A, B, X, Y, programmables. There's the programming button, got a mode button, got the share button built in. I always like that, and an option button. Okay, I'm gonna show you something down on the bottom. All right, by bottom I mean the base. But you see this little switch here? It says 900 degrees and 270. So when I have it in 270 mode, the steering wheel will stop turning right about here, which is pretty standard for these wheels. That is generally what I see in these. However, if I flip this over to 900 degree, watch this. It's like a real steering wheel. And for those of us who really actually drive, that's a big deal because that feels way more natural. Like that. Don't know if it's a big feature on other ones, but I haven't seen it in the 3 or 4 that I've had. Here is the side of the steering wheel, in case you wondered what it looked like in profile. Here's the front of the steering wheel with unnecessary grills. That's Bear Grylls. Oh, that's a bad joke. I am so sorry about that. USB cord. This is what connects it to the foot pedal. Headphone jack. And USB. Which I'm going to assume you can use to pass through to your 360 controller. 360, Xbox One controller, or PS4 controller. Alright, here is the bottom of the V900. Notice the large suction cups on the base. Also, these are the clamps. They are 100% made out of plastic, but they are made out of a pretty heavy duty plastic. It doesn't feel like they're going to be breaking anytime soon. And you just basically slide them in. Put them to the top, and then you will fit them in and slide them down. There we go. And of course, it does come with 2 of them. Did I mention that this was sent to me by PXN? PXN, soulmate to gamers. Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of that. The steering wheel cable is 7 feet long. Here's the brake and accelerator pedals, and I just put this up for scale. They're pretty light. They weigh about 1 pound, 4 ounces, and yeah, I did weigh them. The feel of them is pretty good. They've got good resistance, so that is actually pretty good. They are 100%, so far as I can tell, made of plastic. Haven't been inside them though. The pedal cables are 5 feet long. Also, you can open them up, and that adds some reinforcement and a place to put your feet. And now that we got the steering wheel and pedals together, let's do some racing. All right, now we're trying Horizon Chase Turbo, which plays pretty well with this. I did have to reprogram the game to use the foot pedals, but that's really easy and it's right in the menu. First thing I noticed is that it does indeed have the vibration function within Switch games. And as far as how well I play, pretty much the same as I play with the joystick, which is pretty badly, but I did notice I'm way more likely to pick up coins with it. I have a little bit more precision. There we go. Oh, I did miss him there though. Almost. That blew it. Really? Pick them all up. Fourth. Final lap. Come on. And third place, a respectable finish.
Thumbs up, comment and subscribe or I will go Skynet on your butt.
Real quick note on programming. The buttons that you can map to are the L3, the R3, the flippers back here, and the pedals. And you can program the A, B, X, Y, L1, L2, R1, and R2 buttons to be that. So basically you can map any of those buttons to it. So if say accelerates an A button, you could map the A over to this, or you can map it down below. And how you do that is you just hit program, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to program it, but program, and then you hit the button you want to program, and then you set the one that you want to map, and then you just basically that's it. Then you just use it. It works pretty easily. And it's a lot like the joystick that I reviewed earlier if you want a little bit more in depth on it. Some notes on sensitivity. You can set the sensitivity. You do that through the program button. You hit the program button, it flashes, and then you can hit up on the D-pad for high sensitivity. Medium is to the left, and low sensitivity is to the bottom. Quick note on the foot pedals. Remember earlier when I said that this little piece opens up out of the bottom? Absolutely keep that deployed when you're playing games, because otherwise the pedals will slip all over the place. But they are really stuck to the ground now once I have this little piece out. So really keep that out. But it works fine when it's like that. Alright, here we are with some Wreck Fest. I did try this a little bit earlier with the steering wheel set so that I could turn it all the way around. That didn't work out so hot. It was a little bit out of control. I think I'm going to try tweaking it in though, because I think it would feel a lot more comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to just hit A here and start some Wreck Fest. Pretty looking game, I think. Hugh Jackson's killing it. I don't know what the deal is with the bumper sticker. I suppose that's supposed to be the sponsor. Now, one of the things with this game is the physics are very important to the game, so you really have to not do what I'm doing, which is drive like a nut. You kind of have to really keep control of your car. Oh, there we go. Because you're not really going to save it if you really mess yourself up. And I've really messed myself up. I'm down in ninth now. The brakes. It's nice to be able to use pedals, because it feels more natural. Kick that truck out pretty well. This is made by the same people who made Flat Out 2, as I recall, which, if you don't know that game and you like racing games, it's probably one of the best racing games I've ever played. Probably is not a good word. Definitely one of the best racing games I've ever played. It's probably my favorite. This one is a much more advanced game, so I thought it might work a little bit better with the steering wheel. And indeed, I do like the controls quite a bit on this. Alright, let's go on and we'll try another racing game with it. Alright, here's something I've run into, and I kind of knew it was going to happen, because games like Flat Out 4, and I would say Flat Out 2, I haven't played Flat Out 3, but I'm probably going to guess that it has the same thing. These games are never really designed to be played with a steering wheel, and it makes it really hard to play because you have to make boosts around corners a certain way, and you just can't time it because, remember, when you're turning with a steering wheel, this game. Anyway, when you're turning with a steering wheel, the controls are turning with it too. So I cannot reliably boost. There are some games that make this up by making it so that you can boost by tapping on the accelerator a couple times. But unfortunately, in the case of Fallout 4, yeah, you can't play Fallout 4 with this. I would say that I would avoid playing Fallout 4. But anyway, in the case of Fallout 4, it just is way too difficult to do. So this particular game I would not recommend to play with a steering wheel. It's not the steering wheel's fault, it's just how the game's designed. And here we have Grip, which is like a futuristic racing game that I just cannot talk while playing. I definitely should not be talking. But anyway, Grip is a futuristic racer. It's a pretty fun game if you've never played it, and if you've got a VR rig, definitely play this in VR. It'll kind of make you sick though. But anyway, it's working just great with the steering wheel. I do feel like I'm coming up a little bit short on some turns, but I can make up for it by decelerating a little bit. Man, I wish that would have worked. There we go. And now I'm going to make up for it by... plug into the outside. And missiles away. I love this. It's set up so that these little flippers work as the weapons controls. That is freaking awesome. Now I'm in my third race right at the beginning, and currently, as far as the rankings go, I'm in first. So I should be able to come in first for this entire season. Oop, there we go, a little oversteer there. This might be a good one to try the 900-degree mode on, and maybe do some adjustment, make sure that works. There we go. Because that would definitely be cool to try. Ooh. Well, you don't. Ah, oh, no. Well, that hosed me up. Yeah, it's lap 2. I doubt I will make that back up now. It's unfortunate. I think that's going to put me possibly into second. For the record, I did use the steering wheel for the first 2 races as well. It's just this is a much more interesting race, although not now. Come on. I oversteered it. This one of the 3 games I've tried with it so far has been the hardest. Come on. Where's my boost, darn it? If I can pull off second, I will still win the series. I got 2 missiles. If I can see them in the distance. Nah, I'm not going to get them. Yeah. Already over. Position 2. So far of the games I've tried, I'm going to try one more after this. This has been the hardest one to steer with it. But again, I'm pretty confident that over time I would probably adapt to it and get better with it. So it's working pretty good. Alright folks, this is Trackmania, and it is a game where basically you don't race against other players, although you kind of do. You race against your best time and everybody else's best time. So you never see another car on the track unless you've got a ghost set up. But this is one of the best racing games ever. And the series has been around for years. I mean, like, since Windows 95 at least, as I recall. And it's been kind of one of those games that not everybody's heard of, but people who like to race really know this game. And this is quite a bit of fun. Oh crap, you gotta focus. And unfortunately, I'm just not focusing. But the tracks go from this kind of pretty normal track to some insane tracks. But this controller really does work really well with it. I'm pretty impressed. And I'm guessing that's because a lot of people who play Trackmania probably have steering wheels. But it worked just great for it. How'd I do here? Not that great. Too bad. So sad. But anyway, what happens here is that you basically just try and get your best time, and your best time goes up on the leaderboard. Really great game and fun to play with this. All right, let's get to the verdict, and I'm going to take this headset off. So what's my first impressions of the PXN V900 right here? Well, I got to tell you, originally when they told me they were sending it out, I was thinking, well, I'll test it, play it some, and then I'll just sell it on eBay because it's like $100 and some device, and I really didn't have much call for a steering wheel. But now I'm not gonna let it go. It's not perfect, mind you. There are some things that kind of bothered me, like the pedals are a little bit light, but really Trackmania here, this is the game that pushed me towards it. Playing Trackmania on this is freaking amazing. I really like it. It's really just kind of made me really want to play more Trackmania. But anyway, the construction quality on it is pretty good. For many games, it just works right out of the box. For some other games, just minimal configurations required. I really like the fact that it's got this 900-degree movement mode, so you can turn the steering wheel several times, which feels way more natural to people who regularly drive, at least, regular cars. It just, feels really nice. As I mentioned, the pedals are a little bit light. If you pull out that little extension, it does help, but it did walk a little bit on me, so if you really hate it when they walk, definitely that's something to think about. I only wear socks now while using it. It's a habit I got into while playing that darn mech game, and it's got pedals, so to keep the wear low, I recommend you just wear socks. Don't stamp on it with your shoes. It'll last a lot longer. But all in all, based on the construction quality and the enjoyment I've had with it, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Not even like a 3/4. I really enjoyed using this, and yeah, if you got the money, to throw around, go ahead. It's fun to play with. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and my rambling, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.